Hey everyone, it's Mike, and today I wanted to talk a bit about getting better Japanese tea bags. Americans drink a lot of tea, and most of it's in tea bags, and most of it's not very good. The thing is that it doesn't take a whole lot of extra effort or investment to get better tea in your cup. You just have to know where to get it. So that's the point of today's video, is to introduce you guys to better Japanese tea bags. I'm gonna go at this from the perspective of a few of my favorite vendors. Now, I've had tea from most of these guys, but I haven't had their bag tea. So when I vouch for these vendors, I'm mostly vouching from the perspective of I've had their loose leaf tea in a regular teapot format, but I may not necessarily have had their tea bags. So here's the list for our favorite vendors today. We have Kettl, Smile Tea, Ippodo, and Sugimoto. So why do I like these four vendors? Let me go through each of them real quick for you, step by step. Start with Kettl. The thing I love about Kettl is that everything they do is good. They know a lot about tea and they care a whole lot about tea. The nice thing about Kettl is that they cover the entire spread of tea types when it comes to their tea bags. They have your basic sencha, the Japanese green tea. They have bagged gyokuro, which is not something that I would expect to see, but you know, it's on there. I might even have to try it myself at some point. Matcha with genmai cha, hoji cha, soba cha, which is buckwheat tea, oolong tea, and they have black tea. This is by far away, the vendors on this list, the most comprehensive offering. The only thing that Kettl doesn't offer in a tea bag is kuki cha. For those of you who don't know what kuki cha is, it's basically the stems of the tea. It's very low in caffeine. So that's Kettl. Now the thing about Kettl is that they are a bit on the pricier side. Their average tea bag package is 12 bags per pack at $15. And they all cost $15 except for the gyokuro, that's $24. But I mean, you should expect that. Gyokuro is like, that's the creme de la creme of loose leaf tea in the Japanese tea world, so it's gonna cost some more money. So 15 bucks, 12 bags, that puts it slightly over $1 a bag. I mean, you could do way worse than spending $1 on a quality tea bag. And provided, you know, depending on how you brew it, you can actually get multiple infusions out of a tea bag. I've done this where I just have one tea bag and I keep adding some water in to the point where it just doesn't really taste good anymore. Kettl, definitely on the higher end of the price range, but the stuff is good. Next up is Smile Tea. These guys are a pretty small operation. They are connected to a Japanese tea company that focuses specifically on tea from Kagoshima, which is the southernmost island of Japan. They are the sort of exploratory portion of that company as they're trying to figure out how they can bring more Kagoshima tea from Japan over to the United States. Smile Tea is the one that I definitely have had their tea bag, and it is good. I mean, literally when I was putting together the information for this video, I started thinking, you know, should I have some more of Smile Tea's tea bags? It's just nice to have around, you know, when you're on the go, you have a tumbler or something like that, and you just throw it in there. I like their tea. I like Kagoshima sencha. It tends to be a bit on the sweeter side. It's just a really nice cup. Next up is Ippodo. Now, Ippodo is one of the stalwarts of Japanese tea. As a tea company, they've been around in Japan for something like 300 years. You know, longer than America's been a country, they've been making tea. I wanted to make sure that I had a company like Ippodo on the list because not only are they now selling direct in America, which makes it easy to get, they're just like one of the pillars of major Japanese tea companies that are selling direct to the end consumer. The other thing that's great about Ippodo is that they have a very complete offering. They have many of the same things that Kettl has, plus one or two extra things that are a little bit different. They have your sencha, they have your gyokuro, they have the hojicha, mugicha as opposed to the soba cha, so mugicha is wheat tea rather than buckwheat tea. Then they also have iribancha. I don't really know how to explain iribancha to somebody who hasn't had it, but it's a unique experience of Japanese tea that you won't find in most places here in the United States. So highly recommend Ippodo. As far as their pricing goes, they run a bit more of a gap. It spreads from $10 on the low end, $22 for their gyokuro, so it kind of runs the gambit. The pricing's not quite as fixed as some of these other vendors. If you want reliable, consistent quality, it's harder to find a better solution than Ippodo. Last but not least is Sugimoto. Now Sugimoto is another one of those classic Japanese tea companies, and of the major Japanese tea retailers operating here in the United States, I think Sugimoto probably has the largest operation so far. I have yet to have anything that's like really blown me away from Sugimoto. Actually, that's not true. I had one matcha from them that was quite good, but we're not talking about matcha here. When it comes to their more standard offerings, I have yet to have something that's really blown me away, but I also don't have a ton of experience with their tea. The reason why they're on the list is because they're easily available here in the United States. I know that they're going to be consistent in terms of their quality. They are also the least expensive, actually, out of the list. Now, right now, at the point where I'm making this video, I was on their website and I saw that essentially all of their bagged tea offerings were on sale for something like $9. That puts it way below all these other competitors. $9 a box with 20 bags in the standard and 12 bags in the organic. So that's another thing about Sugimoto, is that they also have this differentiation between their conventional tea, let's say, and their organic tea. It's the same price, $9 right now, I think $12 normally, but you get more bags in the conventional and you get fewer bags in the organic tea. So those are my 4 favorite brands that offer tea bags. I really hope that y'all will go consider checking them out. It's really not a huge difference in terms of price differential, going from your garden variety supermarket top shelf of the tea shelf in the supermarket to something like more of these, what you might call specialty or even boutique vendors. I'll put all the links to this information in the video description down below. I hope this is going to be beneficial to you. I really recommend you give it a shot. You get to keep your convenience, but massively upgrade the quality of tea in your cup, and I think that's going to be something that you'll really enjoy. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please consider hitting that like button down below. Maybe even click and subscribe. That's the best way to make sure that you're going to continue getting more tea content from this channel. I also have a blog and an email newsletter. I'll put links to those in the description down below, social media, yada yada, all the info's down there. I hope you all will stay warm. It's starting to get a little bit gray and rainy here in the Bay, and that's the perfect opportunity to curl up with a good cup of tea. Happy drinking.